fired up anyways, so we're just going to go live without Marlon and call it good.
You're already there.
Oh, perfect. We get everyone all fired up tonight. Fired up. Because, I mean, really, like, there's, like, nothing going on.
Lies.
There's just nothing going on. There's, like, nothing going on at all.
That could be fun.
At all this week. I mean,
Lies.
What about oversized?
there's, like, no fish. There's nothing going on with any regulation stuff.
What about the little lake up here? I thought that was doing pretty good.
No, there's no fish there either. They all disappeared.
They didn't plant them this year.
Merlin, good shit.
I know.
Hey, we are live.
We're live.
Anyways. Hi, the Kaplan family. Aw, what's up, guys? I can see some comments now, letting everyone get in here. Dale Leslie's all fired up. I want to go fishing with you all. Well, you know what to do, bud. Congrats on your launch at Costco. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Pretty excited about that. Marlon should be stepping in here in just a minute. As you guys know the drill, always let us know where you're tuning in from, and we'll do away some prize packs. I don't know what we might be giving away for some pretty cool prize packs today, but we got to get them numbers up, boys. Got to get them numbers up. So
the rod is still available.
The rod is still available, and we've got some pretty good giveaways. And we're moving some stuff into places. It's been pretty cool. So, like I said, let us know where you're tuning in from. We got a couple very special guests tonight tuning in here with us just shortly. But we're going to give everyone take a minute. Be sure if you're on YouTube to deselect that chat window for just a second and give it a thumbs up. And then also if you are on Facebook, go ahead and share this out to all the groups. Let's get everyone in here and have a really good conversation tonight. So it should be pretty sweet. What's up from Pullman, Chris? I see Orion from Yakima. Jesse Spates, what up? What up, Cody from Tacoma, Westport, Roseburg. A lot of locals. Toledo, Eugene, land of the hippies. Sure enough. Let's go Steelhead Nation. That's right. It is time. And I can honestly say right now, I have yet to even take a cast for them. So I've got nothing to talk about. Good night. Okay, I'm kidding. Never caught one either. Walnut Grove, Gearhart. I'm in Brownsville. Camas, Tacoma, Lake County, Salem. A lot of you guys tuning in tonight. Everyone's getting fired up. Wait, I saw someone from Carmichael, California. Vegas from Paul watching. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Let's see here. Love your channel. I just got started trying salmon and steelhead. Pretty awesome.
Don't forget about a sponsor.
Glad you found it. Yep. Wait.
A sponsor.
Cam, how was the hunting today? How did you know I was hunting today?
I find you.
Smelled you.
I don't know. It was really good though. Let's just be honest. It was really good. Yeah. But heard they followed through. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about those closures tonight. We're going to have a guest in here in just a minute. Very knowledgeable gentleman by the name of Bob Kratzer up north. What's going on?
Party foul.
What did you do, Clint?
Oh, party foul.
Clint, deselect him.
I'm working on it.
Hurry. Oh, Lord.
Total
Hold on, keep going. Yep, they're still wow. Good thing Marlon wasn't here. Are you guys seeing this right now? Oh my God, Clint. Oh my God. We got our first super chat in here from Heritage 4x4. Where should I buy a Alumaweld? Three Rivers Marine Heritage. You know what? If you are up north, Three Rivers Marine is a good place. I've bought boats from them, but I really like the guys at Stevens Marine. I live a little down here towards Southwest Washington, but you know what? If you're buying a Alumaweld, that's pretty dope. But I haven't had a bad experience with either of them. But yeah, my recent purchases have been from Stevens.
Okay, so let's do these pictures. We forgot to do it last week. I think it's a great way to open up, get people in, and get people to keep submitting them before he comes in.
Yeah,
so
let's see how many people we got tuned in here real quick to make sure we already got 600 already.
Look at, I'm here, guys.
Oh, and
and we just lost 100.
Oh, jeez. Just kidding. We got another super chat from Sean Landon.
You guys should be happy I'm here because I got free
Sean.
stuff.
I will call you after this live feed. I've got something really cool for you.
Cameron's phone is broken.
got something cool for you because let's just say I made a new purchase very recently. And yeah, we're going to do some stuff.
Flips?
Do some stuff. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Nope, I got you booked. Sorry.
No,
The whole month of February and March.
No, you don't. Nope.
Booked the whole season.
Nope.
It ain't that much.
It's
what
about-
do you charge for
it's
a full
about,
raft?
like,
$95?
$40.
Yeah.
Craigslist. Someone's like,
just
about time,
gas.
Marlon. You just got back from freaking Costco.
Yeah, I just got
So
back from
just got from
Costco.
Costco.
Just
I-
picked up a kit for you guys.
Yeah, this is how crazy this is. We have to go to Costco to buy the kits to maybe give them away as prizes tonight.
Look at all these.
Holy cow!
Got some flayaways, boys.
Conan and the boys hooking it up with the fillet-away mats. Dude! Awesome.
Hey, show that rod to get him to get it up to the
What's
pedal.
up, Martin? There's no Martin here. There's a Marlin here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, we've been doing it. You guys almost got it last week. We were almost 100 people away from winning. Someone out there winning an Okuma X Rod. As you guys know, we all love the X Rods. We've been fishing them for a while now. This is the XC992M. All we got to do is get this up over 1,000 viewers.
We'll give it away tonight.
And we'll give it away. We'll pick someone from the comments to randomly win it. So share this out there. Text message it to buddies off of YouTube. And then just drop a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And just interact. Comment. Like the video. The more interaction, the more people will get in here.
That's right. And we got a $5 super
Have
chat.
cam, side cam that.
We don't need to. We do
We
it.
do it every week. We got a $5 super chat from Steven Taylor. Keep up the good work, you guys. Winter drop arrived on my birthday. Best gift I opened. That's awesome.
Currently, Clint wants you to side
Okay,
cam.
Clint.
Side cam it.
Side camming it right here, boys.
Side cam.
There you go. What the heck? Oh, that's why you did it. Oh my god.
Side cam. There's
Dude. That's,
There's a little icon.
you had to dig deep for that little guy. Where is he? Hold on, he's right. Boop.
Oh,
What the hell?
That's,
Oh.
what is that, a volleyball serve?
Yep, that is.
Oh my
I
god.
don't even know what I was doing there. You had to dig deep for that one. Yep. That was a beach volleyball player, indoor volleyball player.
Anyway, guys,
20
share this
years
out
ago.
there. Drop comments. Hit that thumbs up button.
You're dead.
Mark,
It's on now.
It's the boss's orders.
Hey,
yeah,
as I don't know if Cam's announced this yet, but we are going to be giving away one of our.
I hinted a little bit.
We're going to be giving away one of our Costco Winter Chrome
Yeah,
kits
guys.
tonight. We're going to randomly
Surfing up
select.
addicted. Shut up.
We're going to randomly select someone from the comments here. We're going to actually, before the night's over, we're going to give away 2 of these. We're going to give away 2 of these kits. If Cam, you want to put the side cam and just talk about this for a second?
No, I don't want a side cam anymore.
Side cam.
It even says side cam.
What the hell? Oh,
Side cam.
no, Will. You guys are.
Dude, he's
dead.
he's serving up addicted. That's great, Clint. Perfect execution on that.
Oh, side cam, mate. Oh, thank you, Orion, for the super chat.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know, we came out, we partnered with Mustad, we partnered with Costco, we came out
stupid little thing.
with the Addicted Winter Chrome Kit. Yeah, you don't have to leave it up there the whole time, Clint. We came out with the Addicted Winter Chrome Kit. And as you can see, Cam's showing you right there everything that's in the kit. The idea of this thing was to kind of give you guys everything you need to just grab your rod, grab your reel, grab this tackle box, and go fishing. So this will put you on the water. It'll get you steelhead fishing. It's got everything you need. It's got our floats. It's got jigs. It's got braid. It's got leader. And we're excited about it. It's coming in at $59.99, which is a really cheap price point, in my opinion, if you think about it.
Side cam.
You know, because if you go buy a spool of braid and your leader and all those jigs and all those jig heads and everything, you're going to be up over $59.99. So,
Well up over it.
yeah.
Got your bobber accessory stuff in here. 2 floats. Line, you're dialed.
Dialed. And so, Clint, will you throw up the... oh, yeah, and it comes with an exclusive little sticker.
say,
A little Winter Chrome sticker that you can't get anywhere but in this box.
Talk
So,
about this little guy here, too.
yeah, and on the front of the box, if you guys are somehow walking around Costco or you buy the box, go back to side cam, Clint.
Got it.
If you go to Costco and you buy the box, you can see there's a little QR code there. So if you just use your Android or use your iPhone and scan that, it's going to take you directly to our website, which we've created a video that shows you exactly how to rig every single thing in this box. It shows you how to rig it. It shows you how to fish it, and it's all in the video. So that's a cool little QR code. So if you're getting it, it's a great thing for a beginner. If you know a buddy or a friend or someone that just wants to get into steelhead fishing, you can literally buy them this kit, tell them to scan this QR code, and they're going to learn how to fish, and they're going to be able to use this kit and have a pretty good damn chance of catching one if they're in the right spot. Cam always likes to say, if there ain't steelhead around, you ain't catching them, don't matter how good you are. So that's why we need to brood stock more of these damn rivers so we can
that ain't ever more apparent.
We can have some steelhead.
Well,
so
let's see here.
And we're gonna select someone from the comments. I see tons of you guys are already commenting. We're gonna select someone from the comments here in the next, I don't know, the next 10 minutes or so. We're gonna just randomly select someone who has commented on the video to win the first kit of the night.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, what do you want to do here? Do you want to bring in our guest? I was just teeing him up here right now.
I'd say we get through this first giveaway and then we bring him in.
Oh, I already got a picture from, this guy. They're in Tigered. They're on the floor. They're on the floor at the Tigered Costco.
Tell him he better buy 100 of them.
Yeah, no kidding, Ben. Buy some.
Yeah, so we're excited about it, guys. We just want to say thank you. We appreciate all the support over the years, and it's been just a crazy long journey, building this brand of Addicted, and I've tried to stick with my motto from day one, which was educate, entertain, and inspire, and I truly feel like we do that. We give out constant free information on our YouTube channel every single week. We're putting out multiple videos just trying to help you guys catch fish. That's what we want. It's not fun if people aren't successful out there catching them,
Nope, and the more people we have fishing for them, the more fish we are eventually going to get. I tell you what, man, if there was ever a time that's going to resonate, it's going to be probably more now than ever. So
if there isn't people that care about steelhead and want to catch these fish, there is not going to be these fish.
Well, we'll read about them in cool books. And, yeah, all that.
There'll be people will take pictures of them jumping the falls, and that'll be it.
What about online here in North Washington? Costco's is not available.
These will be available online. I'm not exactly sure when they'll be available, but as soon as they are, we'll make sure we post the link everywhere on our Instagram. Again, if you don't follow us on Instagram at Addicted Fishing, that's usually where the first information comes out, is on our Instagram story. So make sure you follow us over there, because that's where you're going to get the exclusives and all the first looks at what we're doing. We kind of try to keep up to date and just talk to you guys on there.
We got another super chat from Spencer saying the Wild Fish Conservancy is trying to sue the WDFW to stop the summer run broodstock program on the Skykomish.
Wait on that. We are going to talk about that.
Hold on. Let your voices be heard. Spencer, give me a few minutes on that with our first special guest that I just teed up, and we're going to call him in about 3 minutes once we give away this awesome prize pack. I think there's one more super chat.
We are going to have...
There's another one too.
We are going to have a conversation about the Wild Fish Conservancy. Let's just say that.
Will they be on Costco.com? Yes, they will be. Are they now? Or?
They're not there yet. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to be on the website, but like I said, we'll post it on all of our social channels. We'll post it on Instagram. We'll post it everywhere as soon as it's there.
And I can tell you this much too. I know how many pallets kind of went where, and I know what they reserved to their distribution center, and it's not like.
Do you still have that picture, Clint, of the warehouses? We can pull up a picture for you guys really quick of what the warehouses is, and like I said, we were going to wait about 7 to 10 minutes before we picked a winner, and we're going to pick one of you guys from the comments to win one of these kits.
Yeah, and Dean Doppelman, thank you again for the super chat, sir. Let's get fishing again, bud.
You guys are killing it with the super chats.
Dean super chats every week. We appreciate it, bud.
He does super chat every week.
Yes, he does. He's a client. He's a client of mine.
You guys got to get on Dean's level here. There we go. So right there is all of the locations that will carry it to start.
And these comments are coded so fast. We have over 800 of you guys.
And I saw a few people comment and say already, well, there isn't steelhead in Alaska. Well, there is trout, and there's a lot of trout, and they're big trout that act like steelhead. And there's a few areas that do have steelhead, specifically one of those regions that we put up in there, Juneau, 100% has steelhead. You just gotta know about them.
How come the Great Lakes and the steelhead stocking program thrives and we have lots of natural reproduction? Get it together, PMW. I don't know, man. It's also kind of like why we can send our salmon down to freaking Chile and then they all of a sudden just grow bigger and stuff. There's a few other issues.
Chile's habitat is untouched.
Right. That was going to say. There's a lot of issues there, but yeah, it's amazing that these fish do thrive, just not here. Just saying, you guys have taught me a ton, and your Twitch jigs are amazing. I've only lost like $50 worth of fishing. Well, Kyler, thank you for the support. But as you get, trust me, how many do you think you lose in a season?
That's the easiest thing to lose.
Yeah,
So you fight it in it,
I've lost
one
over
thing
$50 too, but let's just say that.
plan on losing.
Exactly.
And if you're not losing one every now and then, like you
Yeah,
shouldn't be making 10 casts in a row and losing them. But if you're not losing one every now and then, you're probably not.
Oh, I pretty
fishing
much
right.
guarantee it. Like, I bring enough jigs because I know I'm losing 5 to 10 of these guaranteed. Just depends on how the day is going to go.
It's not me. Not me.
Okay, guys, we're going to give it. We got
Yeah,
six more minutes. At 7:10, we're going to select a winner, and then we're going to call in a special guest here.
And he's going to talk about the Region 6 Steelhead, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
as you guys know, or you may not, if you guys are from other areas, we have some really bad stuff happening in our fisheries here in the Northwest. Some really mismanaged things that are happening in our opinions and a lot of other anglers' opinions as well. Now, do I think some of the regulations that are put forth make sense? Yeah, I do think some of them make sense. I think they're really important regulations. But the way they've done this, where they just blanket this regulation and it doesn't make sense. It's bad management.
It's lazy.
Okay, lazy.
Management.
Call it whatever you
That's
want.
what I'm going to call it because, you know.
We got a $50 super
Oh, boy.
chat here.
Yeah, so it's very tough. So let's see here. Do you need a guide license to take our wounded vets out fishing for the day? I'm not taking money from them. This is to give back to our community. I emailed Fishing Game, no response. So Heritage,
You don't take money, right?
so it's financial benefit.
Yeah.
Money, favors, giving someone something. That's where they
Gas.
kind of draw the line. Even gas money, I think you
Technically
can pay
can.
for like expenses, but
Your fair
you can
share.
your fair share, but you can't give anything above that
Okay.
in financial benefit. And there are, and just Heritage, just to let you know, like the Fallen Outdoors, like they run a lot of awesome events, you know, kind of pre-COVID stuff, where they get guys like you, and they'll get a lot of people that don't have guide licenses that are taking vets out for the day, getting involved with that. And it's super awesome that you're doing that.
Adams comment up.
But you should be able to do that without the financial benefit. You should have no problem doing that. Now, your insurance and stuff, that's all on you.
Yeah,
You know, that's, but.
We had another super chat from Jody. Thank you for
Yep.
the super chat. We appreciate it. And I just wanted to call out this Tony comment. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tony. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't seen that video, we have a video on our YouTube channel where I talk about kind of why I started Addicted, where the name Addicted actually came from. So I highly suggest you go check it out if you haven't seen it. Thanks, Toby.
Here, you want to do these pictures really quick because we will forget. I think it's a great.
I think we need to kind of get into our guests, honestly.
I told him 7:10. That's 4 minutes.
Bob?
That's plenty enough time.
Bob?
Yeah, I was going to pick this winner at 7:10.
Oh. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's fly through these.
I
real
wasn't
quick.
listening.
You got names or no?
Tim Thomas.
There we go. Tim Thomas. That's a nice fish. Looks like he was in a raft, doing some rafting. What do we got here?
Paul.
Ooh, look at the colors on that one. I really like the colors of that one. It's beautiful. Nice fish, Paul. Thanks for sending it in, man.
No name.
Wow, that's sick, though. Look at that. He's got some shoulders.
Got a little lower jaw there.
Mm-hmm.
No
Oh, I like it.
What's
Who?
that?
name. No name.
No name, but that's a freaking addicted twitcher in
Yeah,
the
everyone
face of
knows
that
that
fish's
twitcher.
mouth.
Pull a twitcher.
Hollenbach Outdoors.
Nice, dude. Hauling back outdoors. Good fish. Where are you from, dude? If you're watching, tuning in, let us know where you're catching that at. It looks kind of like a Midwest steelhead, huh?
No name.
Tyler Russell, we see your super chat. How do you buy? What did that say, Clint?
Buy one in Indiana.
But don't shop.
They're going to be
Costco.
available online, guys. So if you
Yeah.
want to get the Costco kit, eventually those things will be available online, and we will put it out there when it is.
Luke Blakeman.
That's a beast.
Stud.
Nice fish, Luke. That's a good one, man. Oh, he's got another twitching jig in its mouth. Look at that.
Never happens.
Tail
I know
out
what you're
twitcher.
talking about.
Tail out twitchers.
Ryan Fife.
Nice, Ryan. Good fish, man. I always see you commenting on our videos and stuff. We appreciate
That's
the
right.
support,
It's a
little
stud.
buddy.
Nice fish.
No name.
That's what I want to go do.
I know.
I want to go catch those. I want to go
Yeah.
catch big brown trout.
No name.
What kind of fish is that?
Brook.
Bro, that's what I was
I'm
thinking.
guessing.
I thought, but man, that's a
I
big
could
one.
be wrong though. I don't know my trout.
That's a big one if it is one. Go back to it so Cody can look at it.
No.
Oh yeah, the resident trout expert.
Brook trout.
God, that thing's giant.
Let's
Connor.
go. All right, we need to call Bob.
Connor who?
Connor.
Connor.
Dude,
Cheatham.
relax, dude.
Cheatham.
We only got
We're almost
two
done. We
left.
have 2 more.
Two left, and then we'll throw the winner up.
Patrick.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice. Thanks for sharing
Awesome.
that, dude.
I mean, that's just a gorgeous,
See, that goes to show
gorgeous specimen.
we will put up some funny ones, too.
It says Patrick's size 12 boot.
Oh, so he's showing how big the fish is.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a stud.
Yeah, it looks like a big one.
Sean.
That's
Big
a
and
freaking big
Another,
fatty,
another
dude.
tank, too.
Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate you sending in
Awesome.
those pictures. Thanks for sending them in. If you guys want to be featured, just shoot them an email. Orders@addicted.fishing. Include your name, include your picture, and we'll try to share them.
Okay, 2 super chats and we're calling Bob. Go.
Oh,
On that.
dude, there's way more than that.
Oh,
That'd be
crap.
nice, but
Oh, no, we'll get, we only have 2 up. New to the channel. Thank you. Awesome so much. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Tyler, thanks for the super chat, man.
That one's to you. Arnotovic 9. Give it a shot there.
What do you guys know about the sanding? I keep getting any suggestion. I know that both those rivers, even though we don't talk river names, typically fish better later in the
I was
season.
gonna say, stay on it and
Yep.
just be there when they're there in good numbers. Find yourself in a target-rich environment, and I don't think that target-rich environment is yet. There are fish being caught there, but soon.
I did that Tyler one already, Clint. Well, it went through.
this one?
Yep.
No, the Tyler
yeah.
the next one. Okay. What's he saying?
I think that was it.
I'm hoping to be a fishing
No.
YouTuber one. I get good
Oh,
and quit my job. You guys are great teachers. I love your videos. That's awesome, man. And one thing I can tell you, if you want to be a YouTuber, is just stick with it. Consistent, put content up every single week, and don't give up. And eventually, dude, you can make that stuff happen. I've seen it happen every day.
We'll let you know when we get there.
Exactly.
Because we all still have our jobs.
Yeah.
Northern California fisheries declined so bad in 20 years, barely any return to show up. Yeah, I am not familiar with that, Badger, but I hear you, man.
That's the last one.
Sorry
Yeah.
to hear it, dude,
And-
but thanks for the super chat.
And Jody Elizondo?
Jody Elizondo, thanks
Yeah.
for the super chat. We
Awesome.
appreciate it. All right,
Thank
Clint,
you for the
pick the
super
winner, and then Cam's going to call in our special guest here.
Our first $60 Costco kit. And then we're going to get an update from Mr. Bob Kratzer on what's going down. Zach
There we have it.
Engel.
Zach Engel over on
Yes,
Facebook.
Please click it. Oh, Facebooker.
Facebook guy. So you won yourself an Addicted Winter Chrome kit from Costco. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your shipping address, and let us know that you won the kit, and we'll get it out to you. We're going to give one more of those away before the night's over.
Yo. All right, you ready to rock and roll here? I'm going to put you on speaker. And how many people we got on our with us tonight, Clint?
You need to explain first to
Yep,
people
yep.
what's going
So,
on.
okay, we got over 900. All right, hold on one second, got Bob. So, all right, guys. So, as you know, we talked about last week, and maybe you guys didn't tune in last week, but we've, here in Washington State, I understand that we got a lot of guys from the Midwest, and we got a lot of guys from California. We got Nevada, BC, Canada, like that. But right now, kind of in our neck of the woods, in our state, we're kind of fighting some issues that we're just having to work through, and we've got some conservation issues that we need to work through. And honestly, we've got some management issues we need to work through. So last week, we brought in Bob Kratzer to kind of give us an update on some pending closures that were going to happen. Unfortunately, yesterday afternoon, it sounded like they happened, and I want to let kind of Bob Kratzer here get on the line and kind of give us a skinny on where we're at sitting today. Unfortunately, these closures are really going to affect a lot of the livelihood, and some are warranted and some really aren't they, Bob?
Yeah, that's pretty much a true statement right there.
All right, good night. No, just kidding.
Yeah, so, basically everybody understands pretty much for the most part. Our coastal steelhead, numbers are not looking as good as they need to be, particularly in some of the Grays Harbor rivers up towards the Queets, Clearwater. Once you hit the Hoe and the Clute system, the numbers are better. The Clute system, the numbers are really good. But the state has chosen to make a blanket rule for the entire coastline. And as of 4 o'clock yesterday, they announced that we are all going to single barbless hooks, no bait, which all of us are fine. But the big one is no fishing out of a floating device. So, when you think of that right away, that affects probably 80% or 85% of the people who partake in any of these fisheries. Will use a boat for either fishing out of and or transportation. Most of them fish out of them. There's only a handful that use it for transportation. So we're basically taking, a good 80-85% of people out of the fishery. It's not allowing for people with disabilities. It's not allowing children. And unfortunately, our managers manage from their office. They don't manage from the rivers. So they really don't know our rivers very well. And so they don't know that some of our rivers, you can say no fishing from a floating device means you might as well close it, since there really isn't any good wading possibilities except for the absolute younger, stronger type people who could wade, because most of them are pretty dangerous. So absolutely a giant impact to the entire coastline, the communities, the guides, all the people that go there and fish there. Unfortunately, today I saw a guy that was selling all of his fishing gear for salmon and steelhead. He's calling it quits. I know 2 guides who have already called their entire seasons and said, we are not guiding. Yeah, we won't. We're not going to be partaking in this. So,
in a year or two where, I mean, let's be honest, some industries have just been, crushed and crumbled. And, fortunately, this is an outdoor, small group activity in the year of COVID. And I mean, from what I understand and from some conversations we've had, like, these rivers in these states, we've had years where we've been under that escapement threshold, but yet we've still fished, and we still haven't seen this kind of draconian closures and restrictions put on us. I mean, am I right on that?
Oh, 100%. Yes. Yeah. I mean, the Shayla system hasn't met its escapement in the last 4 years. And last year, of course, they pulled it early on February 16th and closed it. Prior to the years for that, when it didn't meet escapement, we had full fisheries on. So the idea that they've just gone from a normal fisheries closing last year to these absolutely massive extreme measures this year are very disheartening. No accounting for all the people that it's affecting, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's disappointing. They claimed that the fishermen are fighting because they want status quo. We want status quo, and reality is we gave them lots of proposals that we could say, well, what if we do this, or what if we do that, with absolutely no answers back.
Right.
No opportunity to counter with another proposal. When we ask for numbers, what are we trying to achieve? No answer.
Yeah.
Continue to get the no answer thing. So
blanket
unfortunately,
blanket closures without the evidence.
Yeah, and the status quo part.
Yeah.
For anybody listening to this, status quo, I think, was more on the state side than our side. We all know we've gone to these meetings before where we sat there and we've given them our ideas. We've said everything. And everybody says, well, they made their decision before the meeting was ever done. Mm-hmm. So why do we do this? Mm-hmm. And kind of always fought that idea. I don't think I'm fighting it anymore. It's no clearer today than it has ever been that this decision was made. The person behind it wasn't going to waver. Didn't matter what we gave. Didn't matter what proposals we did. It wasn't going to waver. Their decision was done, and that's what it is.
And with that, too, Bob, and the one thing I'm seeing too, it's like, even on the sports side of things, even with the guides and like the log books and all the restrictions that we've taken over the last, years and years, and to keep everybody, at least to keep these fish. I mean, we don't want to kill the last fish, right? But
not even close.
But within a lot of these rivers, there's active tribal netting, and there's other things going on that, even when we have these under escapement years and they have figured out a management way that they actually fish, the numbers have returned, or at least they've gone back up above the escapement, over the last 20 and 25 years. They bounced kind of back and forth, correct?
Correct, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going back and forth on it. And, if you look at what we did just in 2016, we stopped killing wild steelhead. We went to selective gear rules. We went to no bait after early portions of the season. We've made a lot of changes in our fisheries. We're still using mortality numbers from the 1990s when we used to kill fish, throw them in our boats, take pictures of them, throw them back over the side, everything. Our fisheries have changed. We've changed as fishermen. We now handle these fish like they're our children.
Yeah.
You know, we don't take them out of the water. We use knotless nets. We use barbless hooks. You know, we're babying these fish so much that, you know, to sit there and say that our mortality rates are still the same is not even remotely true. And they basically have no data to support this. They have no data on any of that. And so, yeah, it's just kind of disheartening.
Moving forward, you know, one thing I see a comment here that says, quit leaving all your tire dust in the rivers. And you know what? It brings up a good point. So if we're killing fish, right, and we are, you know, whether it be tribal commercial netting, whether it be sport handle, whether it be pollution, whether it be predation, whether it be doing any of these things, like, tell me where up in your neck of the woods you guys are seeing successful programs and large populations of wild steelhead and where you're not. And it's a total baited question, but I'm going to say it anyways. Because you and I both know that answer.
I was going there already.
Yeah,
you kind of beat me to the punch. But, you know, So if you want to look at our systems, what's the one system that has a very healthy run on it? The Quileute system. What's the one system that had 25 years of a guide-ran, very successful broodstock program? The Soul Duck River. Right? That's the one river system that is still super healthy and is expecting 3,400 fish above its escapement, or 3,376 fish above its escapement levels this year, right?
But was still
it's just
restricted.
Amazing how that's happening, right?
Yeah.
When that decision was made to be discontinued, much to all of our chagrin, we didn't like that decision, and we fought it as hard as we could, and we lost. There was a promise to move it to the Boga Shield and the Kalawa. We did that for a couple years. This year, they decided we're no longer going to do this.
Who's they?
We don't want to do this anymore.
Who's they on that one there, bub?
Department of Fish and Wildlife decided that we're no longer going to pursue a broodstock program
while there's
in
tribal
these rivers.
While there's tribal broodstocking going on, which are kind of littered around all these rivers that we're talking about, in between them, mind you. And how are those programs doing? Just for the people out here who don't know.
The tribal broodstock programs?
Yeah.
They're doing absolutely
I know,
wonderful.
a total jaded question again.
Yeah, doing wonderful. They're wonderful there. They're wonderful in the Upper Columbia. They're using them very successfully. Anybody that doesn't know this, Jack Smith from Oregon was the main guide in Oregon to really push Oregon to do broodstock programs. He met me at Fisherman's Marine Supply with Bob Toman 2 years before he started that program. And Bob Toman said, Jack, you need to listen to this. You need to talk to Bob about this program that they've got going on the Soul Duck River. Jack Smith started his programs down there in that area based on what we were doing on the Soul Duck. And they're still doing it, having phenomenal success. And our state is saying we're not interested in these kind of programs.
They're having success to the point where it's not even costing the state. Like that was sport funded. They have so much advocacy down there, and for guys that want to get involved and help, they turn away people every year. The mortality on the steelhead from the sports handle is nowhere close to what the mortality rate that the washing says, and they're holding these fish for months in the hatchery. These fish get strip spawned, and they even return. Like, well, they'll even get 2 and 3 spawners, and yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, is our department in a bubble on this, or let's try to figure this out.
I would say they are, and I mean it's kind of disheartening to me that if you look at the Puget Sound systems, we haven't had steelhead fishing in the Puget Sound for over 20 years, and we've done nothing about it. We've just closed the sports fishery, knocked down the tribal fishery to almost nothing, and there's no more fish there today other than the Skagit. There's no more fish there today than there was then, and they're not doing anything about it. They're just sitting there hoping that these fish are going to return. If that's what we're going to do with all of our fisheries, we're all in trouble, guys. It's all going to go away eventually. If that's our management plan, it's just to do this.
It's a management plan to sit on your hands and watch it not do anything. I mean,
Pretty much,
That's
right.
I mean, it's and now we're finding tire dust is like killing all the coho, and now we're finding, this and this and that, and it's like, there's problems, and we need to help them. Like we have to help these fish out.
And I don't dispute like any of these studies. Fine, you did a study that tire dust is killing a bunch of fish. Please tell me what we're going to do about that. Please tell me that you're going to stop all these people from driving on the road, right? You're not getting people to drive on the road. Half of our problems in our fisheries are habitat destruction, which most of it we can't do anything about because there's just too many of us living here. We've built our homes, our malls, our schools, so we built all this stuff. You can't reverse any of that stuff. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Our only hope for those fish is that we step in and we actually help. And we can help that through broodstock programs, through directed fishery, through a lot of stuff that we can do. We're not willing to do that. As it appears that we're not willing to do that in our department.
And we're not willing to do that within our department while it's being done not everywhere else, but in multiple places for 10, 20 years. And it's proving productive for both some hatchery fish for take, some broodstock fish for take, and for their wild populations.
Correct.
So what should we do, Bob?
So everybody that's on this call, is anybody okay with status quo? Anybody ready? Ready to sit on their hands and,
flip a coin
let this happen?
Flip a coin because half the years you're above escapement and half the years you're under. He's asking a question, Bob.
Yeah. Is everybody ready for that? You know what I mean? I don't think you are. I'm not, and nobody else is. And I think this finally, if anybody understands this has pushed us to the edge. We're on the edge of a cliff. We're either going to walk off the cliff or we're going to fight our way back to the top. And for most of us, we're fighting our way to the top. We have had endless meetings prior to this decision. We've had endless meetings today. There is a fairly large group of us. We are formulating. We are working. We have a plan. We will be going forward with it soon.
Yep.
It's going to take every single one of us to fight. Every single one of us. If you're a steelhead or a salmon fisherman, if you think this is only happening here, guys, you're wrong.
No.
This is going to happen. They have now set a precedence that they can use no fishing from a floating device as a management tool. It's going to go other places. Right? Time is now to stand, unite, and fight this. We've got a lot of groups. We've got a lot of people working on it. We don't have a completely formulated plan yet. It's going to be very professional, and it's going to be very well done. But we're going to need a couple 100,000 people to put their foot down and say, we've had enough. We're not going to do this anymore. Period.
Well, we're going to do
something.
And
we are going to go and we're going to fight until somebody says we're going to make changes in our department to actually help manage these fish in a way that is sustainable for all of us. Not just particular user groups, not just particular people, but a sustainable fishery for everybody.
And
so
actually
I
maybe
would
help the
say
wild fish.
for all you folks out there, be prepared, stand by, look at your emails, watch your stuff, because when we launch it, everybody's going to know. And we're going to be calling everybody to a call of action to help fight this fight.
Yes, sir. I see a lot of super chats kind of chiming in here. I'm reading a lot of these questions in here, and the biggest thing that you and I talked about before tonight, Bob, is, and what I want to remind anglers is like, just don't forget. And when you see crowds on your rivers, and when you see stuff like that, you see stuff that you don't like, realize that these people that are engaging in these fisheries, it's because places like this are getting shut down, or places like this are getting, those programs are getting moved or are getting shrunk, and it doesn't help the problem anywhere. And eventually all those anglers move to those fisheries, and then those fisheries get depressed, and those fisheries, it's like, when do you draw the line? And like you said, it's I think this will be now. So let's make sure that we just don't forget this.
And backing up what Cameron's talking about, guys, is believe me, they completely understand that they have riled us up. But they've riled us up before, right?
Yeah.
This isn't the first time for this, right? They've riled us up with closures. They've riled us up with regulations. They've closed this, closed that. We all get upset. We rant and we rave. We get upset.
We go online.
And they all know, every single one of them knows, by the end of next week, it's back to normal life.
We're all catching fish where we can.
And, yep, you guys have all moved on to doing something else, right? You kind of forgot about it. You're still upset, but you're not so upset enough. You kind of said your piece once. You've wrote your letters once, and that's as far as we've got. And it all goes away and becomes quiet, and they go back to their normal jobs and just start working on various other things, right?
Go study something else instead of putting
Right?
fish in the water.
Well, I'm not allowing that to happen on my watch this year, right? So I'm keeping the fight going. A bunch of us, rest of us, are going to keep the fight going. We're going to continue to work with whoever we can work with to continue this battle, to continue this. So we're going to be asking for everybody's help. It's going to be letter writing. It's going to be showing up at places. It's going to be doing a lot of work. But if we want to win, that's the only thing, right? This isn't the 9th round, guys. This is the first round, right? This is the first round of this. We're gonna go toe to toe for a long time, but we're not giving up. No. That's all I got. I hope everybody's gonna grab your swords and your shields, and we're gonna get ready to fight because we're gonna bring it. So.
Every single angle possible, Bob. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be checking back with you often. Right now, you know, I've seen
Everyone's
this
just
question,
asking what to
how
do.
can we help right now? How can we help right now? And I think right now, you know, like I'm not even familiar with like these guys' areas as much as, you know, Bob and these guys that are working, like I said, as much as they can behind the scenes. And I think it's just a matter of, like Bob said, formulating a plan and getting everybody focused where they can be, and then when they say go, then that's what we're gonna do.
And that's exactly right. Let us formulate the plan, guys.
We're all still.
I understand
in
everybody wants to go,
reactionary
but
mode.
we need a day or two to really get things dialed in to exactly the direction we're going, and then we'll send out a call to action.
Crazy that we have to do this.
Yeah.
But I think it's time that we start actually using our hatchery system to help some wild fish instead of herd them. So, all right, Bob, thank you so much for that insight. Super appreciate it. I know it's depressing times, but, you know, at least we still have them around right now. It's probably a better time to do something now about it than to end up like Puget Sound. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yep. Thank you very much. We
Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night.
All right.
Yep, bye.
Thank you, Bob.
What?
Wah, wah, wah.
Sucks.
I know, there's
You
not really
depressed?
much to say. Yeah, let's just end the live feed.
Yeah.
I
Go
think
home.
the scariest thing is, like, throughout the years, how much times when they close something down do we ever get it back?
That's the and that's
to me,
the precedent.
scariest part of it.
Like I said, that's going to be their management tool. It's coming to you, near you. And if you guys are sitting there going, oh, man, you know, it doesn't matter if you guys are doing this or doing that up there. It's not going to affect me. It's coming to your neck of the woods. Or guess what? When they
whole
close
fleet's
that
gonna be
down,
coming to your neck of
they're
the
coming to your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Those soccer fields are shrinking, and everybody wants to play soccer. And I don't blame them. That's why we're here.
Exactly.
That's why we're here. We're talking about it and stuff. And like I said, Bob has been guiding for 36 years. He's been inundated with this, especially up there in Forks and that north area. And so we're going to be definitely be keeping in touch with him, and we're going to do what we can. And I don't know. I've had to talk Marlon off the ledge a couple times the last couple days from this. So, you know, we'll keep at it.
It's not going to be long before I lose my cool on everything and just start.
Yeah, we got a lot of you guys following, and we know you guys. Soccer sucks. Okay, you know what I mean.
Thanks for the super chat,
Clint.
Heritage 4x4. We appreciate
Text
it.
those two because I have 2%.
I don't have his. I only have hers.
Oh my gosh, text her.
That's why
Please.
you.
Get them timed in. I've got 2%. I will try. Right now for our next special guest. goodness.
Cam's gonna bring in we're trying to get our other guest in here. We actually have Owen Hayes from Outdoor GPS joining us tonight. He's gonna tune in on the old eCam and talk some rods, talk some gear, talk some steelhead that we were just talking about depressing.
Well, and he's got a lot to add to this too.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll ask what.
That was like a downer, man. We were all stoked on this. Hey, while we're getting Owen in here, why don't you talk about another new thing you got?
What?
Worms.
No, I've been trying to keep it on the low.
What the hell?
I wonder if anyone's even found them yet.
Have you seen them online yet?
They're on.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that while I get these
They've
guys
been
going?
live for a long time.
They've been
Why don't
live?
you Go to that sweet side.
They've been
let's go.
live?
Switch.
God, sweet. That sick side cam, bro.
Serve it up.
Serve it
All right,
up.
guys.
Serve up that
Sweet
side
side
cam.
cam.
Serve up addicted. Perfect side cam.
Oh, God.
Okay, guys, so we've been working on a couple colors over the last year that we were going to launch new this year for our 2021 lineup of worms, and now they are available on the website right now. But per as what always happens when I order stuff, I didn't order very many of them. So chances are they're going to sell out quick. So we're going to show you these two new colors. We took inspirations from a few other worms that we've done. So this, Clint, you're going to have to go to the website and remind me what I named these.
on the
That
back of
one is
That's right.
Chrome Candy.
Chrome Candy. This one we have the Chrome Candy. It's basically a nail polish pink. And then what we did was we made the tail, instead of doing like a pearl white tail, we made it more of like a translucent tail. And it's hard to really tell on this camera.
Yeah, it's
But this
definitely
tail
blowing it out.
You
is...
see it in person.
Yeah, it's like a translucent tail. So the idea was to make the whole worm kind of look translucent. It's basically taking inspiration off the old Sloppy Smith, which we already have available on the website. These are killers. They're going to get a lot. There's going to be a lot of pictures with steelhead and having these worms in their face this winter.
He says,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Other one's a ghost. He's in.
Okay.
Okay.
He's in the
Yeah, I
green
got the
room.
other one, Clint. And then the other one
The
we
green
did,
room.
so there was an old worm that, I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to talk about the companies, but there was an old worm that a company used to make, and they called it Clearwater Pink. And you can't really get the worm anywhere anymore. They discontinued it. And so I tried to basically mimic that Clearwater Pink worm that I've wanted to come back for a really long time. We call it Ghost Pink, and it's basically like a really fleshy colored pink. And then we did like a pearl white tail on it.
I just feel like that camera's not giving it
It's
justice,
not.
so I'm
It's
gonna
not.
kinda swing up
These
here.
cameras suck. This side cam sucks, Clint. We got to work on that stuff, dude.
Do that. Do the main.
Damn, man.
Oh, it's not even kind of.
That's terrible, too.
Yeah, it's very. You guys are trying to give you an idea here, but it's.
The one pink doesn't look anything
no,
like it.
it looks like a dark pink. It's like not.
Go back.
I
Go
know.
back to
I
side.
suck, guys. We need producers.
Here, let's go back to
Oh
the
my
side
God.
cam.
Hang on.
I got light on it now. That's much better.
Oh yeah, right here.
So there's
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
the Clearwater
Sorry, bud.
version, and here is
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's popping now. It's got that blue pearl in it. Woo!
again. So I think so. This worm's gonna this one right here that we called Candy. What do we call it?
Chrome Candy.
Chrome Candy. Why do I not remember that? I suck. But this one here that we called Chrome Candy is it's gonna fish really well in any of those just typical steelhead looking water. You can go back to me, Clint. This typical steelhead water that's just that green, foresty, nice colored water. This worm's gonna really excel in that. This worm is more of a clear water worm. So if you have like clear water or just low or high visibility, fish this worm right here. Ghost Pink Fire. They're on the website right now. Addicted.fishing. That's the last.
There's not many.
And there is not many. So there is not many. I would fish both of these with white jig heads for sure. But if you want to switch it up, I fished black jig head a lot on this worm last year and caught a lot of fish with it.
You forgot one.
What?
No.
We showed those
were
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, those were the drop worms.
Those
These ones are mainline worms.
Yeah,
Those
these
ones
are
long gone.
Yeah, these are going to be
Yeah.
available all the time, but the first order that we got's not very many. I think there's 200 there's like
Yeah.
250 packs of each or something. So, available on the website now. You guys can go grab them. Hopefully they help you catch more steelhead this year. I know they're going to help me catch more steelhead.
Green water, don't have that in Ohio, just clear and mud.
Clear water, man. If
Yeah.
you try these Ghost Pinks We also have some other ones on our website, some other red worms that we sell and stuff that I think will work really good in your rivers over there. And what I would do is I would cut them down. I know you're fishing a lot of creeks and stuff. I would get the worms and I would cut them down to mini, like little micro, cut them down into like 2 or 3 inch worms in some of those rivers.
Yeah, you can see some shortened down there.
Well, this one ain't short, is it? Well, this is cut down to 4.
Well, compared to the 6.
Yeah, so we make it 6 inch. The reason we do that, guys, is so you can just literally use it for any presentation that you want. If you want to drift fish a full 6 inch, you want to wacky worm it, yada, yada, yada. That's why we do that.
Jeez.
But we got to get our guest in here. We're making him wait forever. Now you guys got all these super chats coming in.
How do you decide which color to jig to use with the worms? You can never go wrong with white or black.
Yeah.
But if you want to get creative and be different, your blues and pinks and reds work too.
I use a lot of red jig
Yeah,
heads,
really
like
red,
fire red. I really like that.
Yeah.
You know what jig head?
like
you know what jig head we don't have with mustad in the worm heads? Red.
Well, that's because you use a lot of it. You don't want to use it. I'm the type of dude who would use those for bass. Yeah, NorCal. I'm sure they would kill for bass. And then just finished smoking my 8 Rainbow Trout AZ. Awesome. Need a better name. You need a better name, bud.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, bring our guests in here, guys. Hopefully it won't be as depressing. I'm just kidding.
We got to send Owin some of these.
Hey, real fast, too, before he pops in here.
We got to send Owin some of these new worms.
Oh, he's back? Owin!
Oh,
Owen Hayes!
What's he
What
got?
are you doing there, dude?
Am I up? Holy crap! How you guys doing?
Doing good. What's going down?
I've been listening to you guys. You guys are killing it, man. I love you guys, man.
Oh.
Thanks, Owen. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, kind of an interesting conversation with Bob, huh?
Yeah,
interesting.
that's we want to hear your take on it. We want you to fire up the people here.
The whole thing, and we had Bob on the show last weekend talking about this, and we talked with others. What you guys have got going up in Washington right now is scary as hell. I mean, really, if you think about the whole thing, and Bob obviously is in the middle of it. I live in Oregon, so I'm not in the midst of what everyone is dealing with up in Forks and up further on the Washington coast. But the management that you guys have up there is suspect at best. I mean, it's scary. Really, what's happened, and I think one of your guys in the background there, which you obviously have no shortage of, was like, once this is gone, you ain't getting it back.
Bingo.
It's over, right? They just told you that you can't use a drift boat that somebody just dropped $10,000-$12,000 on so that he can fish those coastal rivers. And I'm not even talking about guides. I'm just talking about the regular everyday dudes that's going out there to go fish. His boat just became worthless, but there's
That's a river taxi now.
Or the old guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about this. I grew up on the Deschutes River, right? That's my river that I fished on from when I was my daughter's age, 8 years old, up to this day. And as long as I can remember, it's been closed to fishing from a floating device. Okay. And that's never going to change because that river does not justify the ability to back troll in a jet sled or free drift from a drift boat. It's a crossover of species of fish that are traveling, most part are traveling to another state. They hold over in the Deschutes. Now you're talking about rivers in Washington that are so mismanaged because they are so scared of hatchery fish and what that negative word means of hatchery that they only care about wild stocks, which is great. Okay. We all love wild steelhead. That is to all of us that chase or call ourselves steelhead bums, and I'm one of them. The holy grail is a wild steelhead. Bob mentioned it on your show a little while ago. We treat these fish better now than we do our own pets, for crying out loud. I mean, the mortality of these fish is so low compared to the numbers that they utilize to try to convince people and lie to everyone out there. That it's mind-boggling. And I don't want to get too far off track here, okay, guys? Because again, remember everyone, I'm an Oregon dude. I'm not a guide. I fish and hunt here in Oregon. I spend some time in Washington. So I'm not in the middle of it up there, okay? But I have an opportunity doing what I do to see from the outside in on what has influenced Washington's decisions that they've made as a department, okay? You've got outside user groups in there that are really influencing how your government, your Department of Fish and Wildlife manages their rivers. Okay.
Yep.
So now think about how this is going to help specific user groups. Okay. Think about how not being able to fish out of a floating device is going to clear out rivers for specific user groups to utilize it the way that they want to, without you guys throwing bait and treble hooks and this and that floating out of your Clack-a-Craft drift boats or whatever it happens to be, interfering. Now, these same user groups have been filing lawsuits against Washington for eons. And we're talking about millions and millions of dollars that the states have to invest to fight these lawsuits. On the other side of that, well, there's more coming. But here's another side of that coin. Think about if these wild steelhead were to actually recover to where they were coming into the rivers the way that they should be pre-human. Now, everyone think about that too. We came in here and ruined a lot of these systems, okay? And they're not going to come back because you don't have the ability for these fish to hit the rocks and reproduce like they did 100 years ago. Well, for that matter, even longer now in some cases. But the feds are sending money to these departments. If these fish recovered and then all of a sudden they're not getting this money, how do you think these departments would feel? Oh, they wouldn't like not getting all this money from the feds. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that most people don't think about. They're thinking about, well, I don't get to fish out of my drift boat. Oh, but they're still going to let me go fish. No, they're systematically taking your opportunity of fishing for steelhead, in this case, winter steelhead on the Washington coast, because it's going to go everywhere. This is not the first place, and it's definitely not going to be the last that something like this comes up. This is just a situation where if you're not scared as a steelhead fisherman, man, woman, child, or someday will become one, you just need to get into another sport. Soccer. I think Cameron mentioned something about soccer a little bit ago. I mean, this is something that should scare the hell out of all of you in Washington. It's going to migrate to the east side of the state. It's going to migrate to southern parts of Washington. It's going to migrate to my state, for crying out loud. And we're more worried right now in Oregon about you guys coming down and fishing our rivers because you can't fish up there. So, I mean, we've got a lot to worry about.
Yeah, so let me touch on that, Owen. So, just like what you said, but why would everybody come down there right now? I mean, why would there be just that many more opportunities there? I mean, you've got some rivers down there. I can't remember the last time they didn't have a 2 hatchery fish limit for 5 months out of the year with, let's be honest, 80 or 90 drift boats going down and on some of the good weekends, because it's great fishing and there's lots of opportunity. And why is that?
First thing, only answer, brood stock programs.
Now, are they expanding that on your guys' coast right now?
Well, without saying too much, yes. But in the long run, as we all know right now, no. But it is something that is obviously worked in Tillamook County. There are folks in Tillamook County, and I've said this on my show for years, they have got it, for the most part, figured out. Okay, there's issues everywhere. There's nothing we can do about, other issues that these counties and river systems are going to have. But brood stock programs are something that work a lot, and they are very effective. The science is behind them, and the science is overwhelming on how it actually helps the wild fish population. I mean, there's more science right now that we've had for, just the last 5 or 6 years. And Cameron, there are a few that know more about this than you and Marlon. You're in the middle of it. There is enough science now to absolutely prove that if you were to go full on into a broodstock program on all systems that you're concerned about wild stocks, which, let's admit, everyone, I'm quoting this, is there really a wild stock anymore? I mean, let's just kind of be a little real here. But in the long run, these programs help wild fish production. It also helps just their overall lifespans. You're starting to see broodstock program fish, and I don't know if you've mentioned this before, but here, at least on the Sandy River, which is one of my home rivers, the Wilson River, some of the others that allow broodstock programs, they're seeing fish that are processed through the hatchery in a broodstock program. So they are actually quote unquote wild fish. Okay, not native, but wild fish that get into the broodstock program. They go back out to the ocean. They live for a year. They come back again. They've seen some of these fish 4 times. So
That's
you can't
incredible.
tell me
And talk about what happens to the fish.
And they get caught, thrown in a box, rowed down the river, freaking drug up the bank, thrown in a tank, re-caught in the hatchery tank, drugged to the hatchery, and then they sit them for months. But there's no 10% mortality rate on those, is there?
No.
Not even close.
No, because if there were, they would put a bullet in that system or in that program.
Of course they would. I mean, and let's be honest, if that was happening and we were seeing that sport mortality, but guess what? That sport mortality is what they are applying to all those escapement numbers and all those handling numbers up on the Washington coast, and that's why they're closing it down for boats, because you're going to handle more fish if you're fishing out of a boat than if you're fishing off the bank.
I get it. There. Now listen. Now here's what happened after we had the discussion with Bob Kratzer last weekend and Ty on GPS. Okay, there was a lot of people that were complaining about guides that like, oh, it's just the guides that are worried about this. Oh, it's just the guides that are going to be affected by this. That somehow guides are demons, right? Which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of, because most of the time it's the guides that are working behind the scenes to keep these rivers open for idiots like me to go fishing on. So you can't
you take Bob Kratzer right now and his whole entire people, everyone he's working with, they're all guides. That's who's fighting
absolutely.
This right now.
There's no question, because they're the guides in general. They work in areas year round, or not year round, but each and every year they're fishing the same sort of fisheries, right? Some of them migrate to other areas, some of them don't, but a lot of them will stay in the same fisheries each year. So they know how valuable it is to what they do. Now, obviously they're doing it to make a living, but they're also doing it and providing a service for the general public that pays billions of dollars. Now I'm listening, everyone, not with an M, with a B, to get these people out on the water and to continue to have people fighting the fight to keep more fish in the river. Okay, now listen, I get sidetracked all the time and I apologize for that. But this is not rocket science. This is common sense stuff, okay? I'm going to get in trouble for this, and I'm not even on my own show, okay? Because people hate it when you point out common sense or the obvious. The obvious is if you put enough fish in a river system, there's going to be more that come back. And guess what? The commercial fishery loves that. The general fishing population loves that. The guiding community loves that. You know who doesn't love that? The Departments of Fish and Wildlife in Oregon and Washington, because they lose millions of dollars in funding from the feds. This is an issue that's been going on forever. And unless we figure out a way, like Bob mentioned just a little bit ago, unless we figure out a way to maintain all of us working together and focusing on a specific goal, we're screwed. I mean, we can talk about this forever.
It's interesting because you say that, and what's so dumb about that to the fish and wildlife, it's like, don't they understand that if they kept all these user groups happy, there would be 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the amount of anglers and people fishing and money influxing into the system, and it would probably be double what they're getting from the feds. I mean, just in license sales alone.
Well, not to mention, too, a lot of these broodstock programs are sport funded. It's not even coming out of their pocket. And the biggest thing, too, that you were alluding to, Owen, is that now you've got advocates for Steelhead. You don't have disenfranchised guides that are selling their stuff and saying, screw it, I can't make it happen anymore. You don't have sport guys that are putting their boats up for sale right now. You're disenfranchising all your advocates for those Steelhead to begin with.
No question. And listen, man, Cameron, out of all you people out there that are watching right now, I don't know how many of you are out there watching. Marlon and Cameron are in the middle of a lot of this. Cameron has been involved with some of this stuff long before addicts. And if I remember in our discussions, Cameron, prior to even being a guide, was involved with Departments of Fish and Wildlife. So you're able to see some of the hypocrisy that happens in the department. Okay, it's a scary, scary thing because it's not going to change. Me as a television host of an outdoor show, this is great content for me, right? This is something else that we can argue about with the Department of Fish and Wildlife because they're a bunch of idiots. Listen, they're not as stupid as you think. They are doing things along the lines that will better their pocketbook. And I know that a lot of people disagree with me when I say that the root of all evil is money, right? Well, it really does fall down to that. And I hate it to be so simple, but it really is a money issue. If you were to take a look at the numbers that come from the federal government to the state of Oregon and Washington based on fish that are listed as ESA, that's in the Endangered Species Act, okay, everyone, the ESA list, they get funds for that. They don't want to lose that money. They're scared. Okay, and I don't know why that is because, Marlon, you just made the perfect point. If you load these rivers that are made for it, you know, there are some rivers in Oregon and Washington that you don't want to throw several million hatchery fish on, okay? We all know that. They're the perfect river to keep wild stocks in. But there are more rivers that could handle a robust hatchery system, okay? A robust hatchery program that's putting millions of smolts into the system each year. The biomass is there. The science is there. Once they get to the ocean, it's out of our hands for the most part. But once they are reared and get into tidewater, those rivers can handle it. And they know that. But now you're talking about having to invest millions and millions of dollars for that infrastructure of a hatchery program. Which one is easier? Keep less wild fish around so that you can whine about it more and more and get the money from the feds? Or spend the millions and build all these hatcheries to inundate these rivers with hatchery fish so that they might get money back from the sportsmen? I mean, really, it's not an easy decision, man. I mean, these people are trying to run these states, and they're looking at it in a lot of perspectives that we don't, okay? Because we're the end user group. They're the ones that aren't fishermen. They've never spent any time out there, and most of them, which scares the hell out of me that I've had a chance to talk with over the last few years, they really aren't into fishing or hunting at all. And I've actually talked to some that don't even fish or hunt, that don't even go out and utilize the resources that they are charged with managing. If that doesn't scare the hell out of you, I don't know what else would. I mean, it's a big, big issue, and it's something it's not easily fixed. Okay, I know that a lot of people would love to just say, well, let's just go ahead and throw as many fish in there as you want. It's not that easy. And I'm one of them. You know, I do believe that with the infrastructure that we already have in Washington and Oregon, with the hatcheries that they have let fall apart, they can make very small investments to get them up and running the way that they should be, at least to a reasonable level. And you can get enough fish in the systems where people are going to flock to them and they're going to have opportunity. And you're going to see hundreds of millions of dollars invested into regions based on those fishing opportunities.
Well, and just to add to that too, Owen, I think there's a lot of anglers out there that are more than willing to contribute to those kind of programs.
Right. I've said
100%. Totally.
I've set up some polls, Owen, and you know, I mean, steelheaders, let's be honest, we all run around, we buy $500 rods, $600 waders, all this stuff, and we get mad when we have to spend $40 on a license because it's going to go to a freaking state operation that's not really doing much for us right now.
100% correct.
I'd pay $5,000 for a guide license if I knew it actually put a damn fish in the water.
Yeah, listen, man, you're totally correct. There's no question that there's a reason why all of us as sports people, men, women, children, all of us, we're willing to spend more money if we got a return for it, right?
Yeah,
If they would just look us in the eyes and lie well enough, we'll give more money. You know, lie to me and give me a kiss at the same time, and I'm going to hand you another $20. I don't care. But just give me the opportunity to think that we might have more of an opportunity. Now we're just talking about steelhead. I mean, this is, and I don't mean to lighten that at all. Winter steelhead. I mean, for me, I mean it's like you guys. That's our. I don't know. I mean, I love spring Chinook and I love salmon fishing. But if somebody said you get to choose one, it's probably going to be a winter steelhead. Okay, yeah, and there's a lot of us that would say that. I don't care if you're from Washington, Oregon, or California, the 3 states that are actually in this discussion. We're not talking about Canada. and we're not talking about Alaska right now, but from our 3 states on the West Coast, it's pretty much winter steelhead. We love those things, right? It's pretty special to us. We'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and Cam and Marlon, I know you're right there with me. We'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on boats and trucks and gear and everything just so we can go fish, sit there and go, dang it, I lost one today. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that opportunity. Now, what is happening up in Forks is just scary as hell because it's so easy for these people to just pull the plug. Right. And I think, and I don't want to get too sidetracked here based on user groups. Okay. But we all know that there are user groups out there that could give a hell about, well, other user groups. They care only about themselves. And they have spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to take the Department of Fish and Wildlife in Washington and Oregon to court and fight these battles. Well, the 2 states they cannot afford. They're doing it right now.
And in the process of them doing it and actively trying to remove brood stocks, they've also killed off orcas because we've dropped the populations of those hatchery smolts up in the Puget Sound. Let's be honest.
Correct.
Like that, I mean, let's talk about it because when Will's smolt numbers went down, that mom was pushing dead baby orcas through downtown Seattle for 2 weeks. Just a couple years ago.
Oh, and if we get 15 more people into this live feed, we're giving away an X-Rod.
Yeah, keep going on.
Yeah. Well, then give them, hey, listen, if you're going to give away one of the X-Series rods, give away my favorite one, the 10-6 spinning rod, obviously, because
it's not that one.
We've been promoting this for a couple of weeks, and we've been telling all the fans if we get 1,000 people into the live feed, we're going to give away this X-Rod, and we've been talking about it for weeks, and we're at 985 right now.
So I think we're going to give away an X-Rod, and we'll probably do it on a question that we'll have you ask because you got us there.
Keep on going, everyone. Keep on liking, sharing, because you're going to love the X-Series rods. They've already made a hell of a splash. But here's what I'm going to throw out there to everyone. And I'm not done talking about this, by the way. And here's another one. I'm going to go ahead and, give a little pimp in the hatchery and wild right here, everyone. But these X-Series rods are amazing. And my favorite one, if anyone's out there watching and they're going to go someplace that they're going to go buy a rod, I'm telling you, look at the 10-6 spinning rod, 8 to 15 pound. I actually think it fishes more like a 10 to 20, which is what I prefer, okay, is a little bit heavier of a rod, a little bit stiffer of a rod, a little bit more backbone with plenty of tip to it, right? It's a tippy rod, but that 10-6 spinning is badass, I'm telling you. It's just a great rod. I've got rods that I've spent $500 of my hard-earned money on, and I'm not going to fish them this year because I can get the X-Series 10-6, 8 to 15s, and I get them for free. They're my sponsor, right? I love these rods. These rods are fantastic. And the whole line of rods from the 9.3s to the 9.9s to the 10.6s are fantastic. Now, if I can get Dave, if you're out there watching, can I please get an Owin Hayes Signature Series 10.6 bait caster? Then I'll be good, man. Give me that 10.6 bait caster. I'm going to be happy as hell. I'm going to tell you right now. I want that 10.6 bait caster.
Be quiet, Cameron. Cameron's smirking over here.
I'm not smirking. I'm stoked. Are we at 1,000 yet?
Why?
We're close. We'll tell you. We'll tell you later, Owen. We'll tell you later.
All right, whatever. Anyway, I'm telling you.
We can't leak it. We can't leak the information right now.
We're there. Between the two.
Oh wait. Okay, great. So
we're there.
We've made 1,000 viewers, guys.
I'm behind again.
Go to my new comments. Go to my new comments though for me, please.
I'm behind.
All right, guys. It sounds like we got over 1,000 viewers. So before Owen leaves us tonight, we're gonna make sure we pick someone, and someone's winning an Okuma X Rod. And this model is actually the 992M. So it's the 9.9 bait caster rod. It's one of my favorite rods for spoon fishing. Also doubles as a drift fishing rod. It's an amazing rod. So they're pretty incredible in your hand, and just the way they feel and the way the grip feels in your hand, and just how light they are. It's a whole next level of rod in your hand when you're fishing it.
But for the money, dude, that's what kills me.
Yeah.
I mean, Okuma went so far that they bought their own company to manufacture the products to build this rod.
Yep.
That's a huge step for a company, in particular Okuma. I mean, they're phenomenal rods. They really are. But now, hold on. I got to back up here. Now, listen.
Yeah, we definitely need to back up.
Yeah. It's coming,
Things that have happened up there on the coast in the Forks. Listen. This is something that those people that live up there, especially in Forks, we have to be worried about these folks. I mean, this is something that is going to change their economy. And not just for the winter steelhead season, it's going to change their economy going forward. I mean, this is affecting a lot more than just dudes that are going fishing. Also, think about the manufacturing companies, boat companies. I mean, you're going to have people that have been bobber dogging. Well, mainly, let's just be honest here. There's a lot of people that are fishing steelhead these days that haven't done anything but bobber dogging. Which is the craziest thing. They're going to have to learn. They're going to have to learn how to throw a spoon. They're going to have to learn how to fish a spinner the right way. They're going to have to learn old school drift fishing from the bank. Okay, where you're not. Oh, you mean somebody's not on the sticks pulling me along? No, Bill. I got to stand on a rock and make the right drift, or you're not catching anything. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to change. And I know that I've mentioned this already, maybe too much, and I'm going to continue on my show, and I'm going to make sure that it's as loud as I possibly can. There are idiot user groups out here that are winning right now. All of us are on here whining about it, going, God, dang it, I wish that I could fish out of my drift boat. There are others in other areas that are smiling. They're drinking wine and cognac right now going, we just got a great win. They're happy, okay? Those are the ones that we need to go after. I mean, if I were younger, I'd say a lot more things, but I'm not.
I just kind of wonder too, like, you know, because I've talked to a lot of those guys up there, Owen, and they're like, I know they probably think that way, and oh, cool, we got it. But a lot of those rivers up there don't lend to a lot of bank access. Like they're rougher
don't.
rivers. So I just wonder where all the guys throwing this gear are going to go. They're going to go right next to them. And instead of having that 100-yard gravel bar that they can fish that certain way, there's going to be 20 guys on that now instead of that one.
And I'm not going to be nice.
Nope.
And I don't think they're going to be nice about it.
No, they're not. You know why? Because remember, this is the first step, Cam.
Until they do. I was leading you to that. Until they do the next time escapement comes down, and then this stuff, throw it in the trash.
Goes away. Yep, that's going to be the next. That's going to be the next direction. Look at parts of Montana, parts of Wyoming. Some of the rivers that were over there were guys that used to live, that still live there. They never touched the rod. That they had to strip out stuff and flip and flap to get gear out. They would throw a spinner, a MEPS spinner, or a Blue Fox spinner. They can't do that anymore on their rivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, same in some of the
it's the same thing.
Some of the most iconic steelhead rivers in Canada, just recently they moved a lot of those to that exact same regulation, fly fishing only.
And they push it under conservation, but like I said, we know with broodstock programs, our handle on these fish, we know what it is. And it's not as bad as they think it is, for sure.
I wish there was
single
an
point.
easy
Yeah, right.
answer.
A single point hook is a single point hook. Half the people are drifting beads, and 99.99999% of those hooks are dink right there in the corner of the mouth, and shit, you lose half of them because you're fishing beads, right? I mean, okay.
100%, Cameron. Listen, I mentioned this a couple of days ago. I haven't used eggs in a specific fashion for steelhead in longer than I can remember, and that's only because of how we have changed as steelhead fishermen. Okay, beads being one of them, bobber and jig, of course. We've always thrown spoons and spinners. But now you're starting to talk about a fishery, a group of fishermen and women that are fishing beads, yarnies, and sometimes those folks are fishing eggs with the yarnies, okay? But they're usually that first hook in the truck and trailer rigging, and they don't generally get in there. I will admit, I don't fish a truck and trailer rig. I just throw a bead when I'm bobber dogging these days. I can guarantee in the last 4 or 5 years where I really have converted to being a bead fisherman. Okay. I honestly, I'm bead life all the way. If it's not a bead, it's one of your, I mean, really, if it's not a bead, it's one of your worms. And by the way, those new worm colors that you just came out with, I'd like to see a few packs of each. But side note,
we got you. No problem.
En route.
I'm telling you, dude, last year you guys saved my ass on at least 5 or 6 different trips where I could not get a fish to the bank. And I put out one of those, the red haze or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Named,
red haze.
And dude, that thing, and I love, listen, I love to tell my buddies, they named it after me. They named it after me. No, seriously, it's a great color. It's a great product. And hey, listen, the new ones, I'm not going to say who it is that you were trying to replicate because I can think of it offhand. But yeah, that's a color that we've needed for a while. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've felt that too.
Yeah,
that Clearwater pink. When they discontinue,
yeah.
I hear a funny story. When I heard from a buddy that worked at Sportsman's Warehouse that they were discontinuing that, and I drove around to every store and bought up every pack of them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I gotta have these for the future.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I don't know if we get stuck on something, but I think it's the fish. By the way, that's a steelhead on my glass right there. That's how much I love steelhead.
That's dope.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. I mean, that's just badass. But yeah, those pink worms, they're phenomenal. But anyway, but the beads, man, you just don't hurt them. I don't know how many fish I've landed since I started getting into beads and how I've really made that conversion, especially in the last 3 or 4 years. I know that I have not fatally wounded a fish since fishing that way. So some of the regulations that they changed up there in Washington, obviously one of them was single barbless hooks. Hell, I don't care. Fine. Still give me the opportunity. I get it. But it just opens up the opportunity for them to make more changes. And I think now that they've said no fishing from a boat, floating device, whatever, no bait, which again, I'm not arguing that completely. I'm not a huge fan of them telling me what I can and can't do, but that's a whole other discussion. But the single point barbless hooks or whatever, that's okay too, because we're pretty much doing that with beads anyway. It's just what scares me is that they can go the next step. And that next step is to tell everyone, if you aren't like us, then you don't get to go fishing. If you aren't going to go out and sell all of your spinning rods and bait casters and gear that you've used for the last 100 years and step up and spend, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just for a rod and reel combination that's going to be adequate and compete with the other idiots that are out there, and I'm going to stress the word idiot, then that scares the hell out of me. I mean, I don't want anyone telling me that I have to change how I fish in order to go fishing for steelhead, and that's where they're going. They're going to a point to where they're saying, listen, if you don't conform and become one of us, then you're not cool enough and you're done. You're not a steelhead fisherman. Cameron, how many times have you had that discussion at a sportsman show when some guy came up to you and said, well, you're not a steelhead fisherman if you're not swinging a fly? Listen.
Actually, never. I've never actually had that conversation.
Well, then you're the only one, because I've had them 3 or 4 times a year. I'll tell you this. It is one of those things where I have a lot of friends that are fly anglers. I'd like to consider myself a fly angler. I spend plenty of time each year fishing with a fly rod. I don't swing flies for steelhead. I like to fly fish dry flies for trout. That's just me, okay? But to be wrapped up, to try and wrap up all fly anglers into a user group or a group that is trying to torpedo a different user group, right, is ignorant and ridiculous.
And let's be honest,
there is a very small portion of them that have a very loud voice.
And let's be honest, it's almost like they're willing to not allow these broodstock programs to occur. They're willing not to have hatchery fish put into the river. They're willing to literally degrade those numbers of fish down to a certain point to where these restrictions are basically managed and forced to come down. And they're willing to go there. I mean, to me, I'd be like, well, hell, why don't we have a broodstock program where you can catch a steelhead in every damn hole in the river, and you can fish from floating devices, and you guys can have your gravel bars, and you guys can go to
and not only that, you wouldn't get home at the end of the day, and your wife would ask you what you caught, and you say, well, I got a touch today.
I think I had a touch.
Yeah.
It's like okay. I like flipping. But you're right. It's like so what are we doing there? So
No, you're 100% correct.
All I gotta say is
laugh about it.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
You can laugh about it, and it's something to be kind of funny on the side, but you really have to take it serious.
Yeah.
And knowing that such a very small number of a very large user group is affecting and changing our fisheries that we see today in 2020 going forward is wrong. I mean, this whole thing should
I
be
think-
more along the lines of common sense, not what I want this or this is the way it should be. No, this is the way we are now. As a species, as humans in general, we have ruined our fisheries in the Northwest. Okay, all of you people that are out there watching right now on your iPhones and your iPads and laptops, you are responsible for the decline of wild steelhead in Washington and Oregon. You know why? Because we have dams that generate electricity, and without that electricity, you wouldn't get your little fix. Okay, simple as that. Look at yourself in the mirror, and I don't care if you've got a $5,000 spay rod in your backyard, in your pocket, or whatever the hell you do with one of those things. You're the reason why we can't have a wild population like we had before. We as humans ruined it. Now we have to look at what reality is, and reality is we have to put a Band-Aid on what's happened. We have to fix and help our wild stocks as best we can. Outside of that, we need to overload these fisheries with hatchery fish so that we can inject thousands and hundreds of thousands, if not people, into our sport so that we can help protect it. And you do that with fish in the rivers. You do that with healthy broodstock programs. You do that with hatcheries that are running at full capacity. You do that by just understanding that what was going on in the 1800s is gone. Okay?
Yep.
Genius. This is not rocket science. It's not coming back.
If everybody wants to pack up and leave tomorrow, bulldoze downtown Seattle, downtown Portland, and give it all back to them,
Thank you.
it'll come back.
Well, they
But
Thank
no
you.
one's going anywhere.
No, they should.
Well,
No
Okay.
one's going anywhere.
Okay. No, you're absolutely right,
Now.
Owen. It's
Now, hold on. Even though it's your show, I'm not giving it back to you. Now, hold on. Let's talk rods, man. You said that we were going to talk rods. Now,
He just cuts it right to rods. What were you gonna
well,
say?
we're gonna
Hey,
give
what
we're
were you
gonna give one away.
What were
Let's
you
that,
gonna
I think we need to save the rod discussion because honestly, Owen, like
Hatchery what?
Hatchery fishing flies too. You'd think those guys that are out there,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
especially
you-
for one touch, would
Right.
want the river full of them.
they
So
don't
get
they don't
20
want
touches.
they don't want to see you out there.
I agree.
They want it to
Hey,
themselves.
I go up and
But
fish
All
all
of themselves.
every year, and I give those guys the whole gravel bar, just like everybody says. But it ain't happening no more.
No, it's not.
Hey, Owen, you like it not being on network TV right now?
no, because I still can't say what I want to say.
It's funny, Owen. We saw a couple people saying, "Man, Owen's a totally different guy on this show."
Yeah.
But you know what though? He's right.
No, he's 100% right.
100%.
And just like
There's
Bob
some-
said, and just like he, before we brought Owen on here, just stay ready. When Bob has something, an action item, when he wants us to jump, we will make sure we get another live feed going. We'll get everyone in here. We'll make sure the voice is out so we can all help in this fight because we're going to need it.
We're gonna need.
And if you want to know the user group that everyone keeps saying, and I've seen it in the comments 50 times, and Cameron's telling me to shush, and I don't really care, the Wild Fish Conservancy. They are the group that is suing user groups around the Northwest. They have chosen a path of suing our state to be
It's in the paper.
counterproductive.
It's not like anything. They've put articles out on it. It's not like it's some top secret thing.
No, it's not a top secret
You
thing.
guys-
And listen, really quick, because I don't want people to think that I don't think that the wild fish people, that group in particular, is doing some amazing things for our steelhead, because they are. And one of my friends, Shane Anderson, who has made a couple amazing films about steelhead and about habitat, I know he supports the Wild Fish Conservancy. So I've seen them do some amazing things. But the stuff that they're doing on the other side is so counterproductive. And in my eyes, it X's out everything they're doing on the other side until they stop doing that. It's not the answer. Taking away hatchery fish is not the answer. Period.
Okay, listen.
not.
Okay,
And I see
listen.
this-
Before, I'd really like to talk to you two dudes about the reels that you would actually add to those X Series rods. We talk about
Yes.
the rods. I
gonna
would
talk
really
about
like
it.
to talk about the reels that you guys would like to add to those rods, because I'm going to say it already. I love Okuma. They've been part of my family. They've been part of my show for a long time, and they finally have come up with a rod that you can go, holy crap, man, this is badass. But they need to come up with reels that go with them. But that's a whole other discussion, okay? That's a whole other side of it. But just think about this, everyone. And I know that there's some folks out there from the organizations that Marlon just mentioned, and I refuse to say their names. If we were all to work together, now just think about this, everyone. If these user groups that are so motivated to try to help a fish that is not going to be helped, okay? All these things that they're doing, all this money that they're spending, all these restrictions and families and communities that they're literally destroying for no reason, because nothing's going to come of it. If those organizations, and say the CCA, Hatchery and Wild, NSIA, Northwest Steelheaders, if all of them came together, and I realize that this is a crazy thought because it's actually already been tried once, huh, Cameron? You were there. But if you got all these people in the room and there was a way that common sense could prevail, and I'm not saying that it could. I'm not saying it would be easy. I'm not saying it would be something that would be done in a hurry. But if we were able to work together and work with the Departments of Fish and Wildlife, help inject more money into the department so that they can do things that we all would like to see happen, in 20 years, we're not talking about this crap anymore. In 20 years, we're talking about rivers that are so loaded with wild fish that you can go in there and go pet them if you want to. If you want to go play with them, sure, go ahead. But then 5 miles away, there's going to be a river so loaded with hatchery fish, you can go home and feed your family.
And the thing is, too, is you're also not going to see like the rivers in your neck of the woods with 95 boats going down it, because there's going to be other places for people to spread out, and you're not going to have these huge concentrations, and you're not going to be grumbling because you see another guy. Like, back kind of the way it was.
Now listen, here's my Oregonian coming out real quick, and I'm going to stop at that because I can see Marlon running around with those reels. Listen, from the Oregon perspective, from our perspective, man, this is something that makes us all very nervous. We're fishing on rivers here in Oregon, especially on the coast, North Coast in particular, that simply can't handle the pressure that could very well show up. And listen, I love Washingtonians. I want you all to have great fishing. Just do it in your own state. But I get it.
Hey,
but
fine,
I totally
you stay away from my kokanee.
And
no,
our
that's
side
not cool,
of the
man. That's not cool. Those are supplemental.
Our side of the what?
Wait, how did that
Columbia?
work? How did
our
that work?
side of the river.
Yeah,
we're
no
in a
no
swimming
fishing on
spot,
the no
too.
fishing on the Washington side of the Columbia anymore. You have to stay on the Oregon side.
Yeah, when you're
Hell, they're already trying to do that,
And not
man.
only for fish, but ducks as well. You need to stay on the Oregon side.
That's not
He does
fair.
for that.
He won't care about that. Trust me. I have to watch it inside. He don't care. Yeah.
They have all the islands.
He's like, don't be talking about ducks.
man. No, but
Let's go side cam.
really
These are
is
two of my
something
favorite reels.
We're all concerned over here on how these rivers are going to handle the additional amount of pressure, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think that everyone in Washington has a right to fish in the United States, right? If you're in Washington, you can fish Oregon. If you're in Oregon, you can fish Washington. Although us in Oregon, we got nowhere to go fishing in Washington.
It's true.
It's true.
Right.
I was going to say, fortunately,
All right.
you guys have got a good, strong, healthy broodstock programs that do help in some of those rivers and are growing in others. And I mean, yeah, I hear you, dude. And trust me, there's a few rivers in between there and you that they'll probably stop it at too. And you know what? I won't begrudge them one bit.
No, and hopefully some of those rivers
you know
don't get
what?
overwhelmed as well. All right, so you got the Helios SX, great reel, but you got to talk about the X Bordorior. I can't never.
Yeah,
pronounce
so
it.
this is the Apixer XT, and this is basically the fast speed one. So this is a 6-to-1. This is a new reel that they launched this year, and I'll be completely honest, I've only used it about 4 to 5 trips on my X rod. I actually prefer the 910 X rod, the float rod, the 910 one. That's a little bit lighter weight than the heavier duty one. That's my favorite rod out of the whole X rod series, and honestly, it's my favorite rod Okuma's created. It just the action, the feel, the balance, the lightness. It is Josh Cooper nailed it. You can't have a better float rod in my opinion. So when you pair it with a picture, it just seems to balance it out extremely well. And Josh, I think, actually used this reel when he designed it to work on the balance and everything. So when you pair it, it's nice. And then it's only, I think, the second or third reel that Okuma's come out with. It's a 6-to-1. So a lot of their reels are in that 5-to-1 ratio. And I like to have a little bit more pickup speed, especially as you and I both know, Steelhead like to just zzz, take off on you and then turn around and come right back at you, and you gotta have some speed to be able to catch up to them.
No question. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Speed is key. Speed is nice, just like you're saying. When the fish is coming back at you, they do that tumble, and all of a sudden turn around and try to shake that bead out of the side of the face or whatever it is that you're fishing with. But honestly, I'd call them out on it a little bit. I'd like to see a 7-1. I'd like to see a 7-5-1, just because I want to get my bobber back. I want to see my bobber back faster so I can make another drift.
Yep, I'm the same way. I'd like to see him go to some even faster speed ones. There's some other companies out there that have some faster speed spinning reels that I like a lot. So I'd like to see Okuma do the same thing.
Yes,
and I think they will.
would be
I
great.
think they're working towards that direction. I really do.
They've got the best engineers in the country, and they know it, and they're able to come up with it. They'll do it. They'll do it. They'll be able to do it.
So, Cam, I don't even think you've gotten to see this reel much.
The one
thing I like about this reel is it's like it feels bulky. Like it doesn't feel like, it just feels like made.
It feels like metal. It doesn't feel like plastic.
You could tell that it's like a quality reel. And granted, like I don't have a lot of experience on it yet. I got probably 5 days on it, but out of the box, it's super smooth. I like the speed of it. I'm hoping it's going to be my new favorite reel. Beforehand, what are you using?
I was using Helios.
No,
RTXs.
RTX.
Yeah.
RTX.
So, do you like the RTX, Owen?
Actually, I was fishing the Helios.
Okay.
Then you'd love it.
And the only gripe that I had with the Helios, and I don't know about you guys, but so just to get the speed better, I was going to a 4,000 or a 40 size instead of the 30 or the 35, just to get a little bit larger spool. But because that Helios was only a 5-to-1 retrieve. Great drag, super light, no torque in the reel itself, and no torque on the base of the spinning reel. For me, was something that I really, really liked when you're actually fighting the fish. But I'll admit, last year I did not get my rods. I didn't get to fish with the X Series last year. So this will be my first year fishing with the X Series rods. I was still fishing the Guide Select Pros, which are phenomenal steelhead rods. But the X Series is just, that level or two above that. You combine that with the Expitor. What'd you call it? Expiorior?
A Pixar.
A Pixar. I have those
XT.
I have that in the S. Okay, I got that, which is the 6-to-1. That was the year before last, and I was using that for my twitching rods, which, by the way, were phenomenal, because the line of rods from X Series goes from the 7.9 twitching all the way up to a 10.6 steelhead rod. It was great for that because it was a little bit faster. But yeah, what I was using prior was the Helios, but I'm looking forward to spending more time with the others.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. It's going to be the first steelhead. You always kind of get a really good gauge on what it's going to be after you get one steelhead season kind of under the reel. I usually find out, okay, yeah, I love this thing, or I want to switch to something new, So
or you break it.
Try it out.
I mean, I want to know how easy it is to break. I mean, for me, that's where it all comes down. I'm a dude. Yep. I'm not like, Cameron's got clients that are destroying his gear.
Put it in my boat.
I just need to know how long I can make it last, based on what I'm doing as just a dude out there, fishing daily. But I mean, it is one of those things that's important. I mean, these things can get super expensive. Marlon, I know when I first originally met you, we both kind of felt the same way. I like fancy stuff, right?
Yep.
I'm not afraid to drop $400 or $500 on a reel if I think that it's worth it and I can get the life out of it that justifies it. Here's the thing. I really haven't found one. And for $129.99 at a retailer, I can get a reel from Okuma that fishes as good and will last as long or longer than the one that cost me $500. Now,
you want to hear a funny story about that? So Okuma makes that Kaimar reel, the Okuma Kaimar. Jordan found one in the river, in the Sandy. He found like someone had busted their rod, and they must have thrown their rod in the river or something because they were mad, but they left the reel on. So Jordan found the rod, found the reel, took the reel home, cleaned it up, oiled it up, and then used the reel for 3 years before it finally took a crap on him. And that's a full true story. And this is before he was even friends with us or even knew Okuma or anything.
I love that reel.
He's like, that's my favorite reel. He's like, I'll buy those all day long. And they're like $59.
Oh no, they're not.
Yeah.
That. They're like $49,
Yeah.
$39.
They're really, really affordable. So definitely, if you're looking for a good durable reel, you can't go. Obviously Okuma is one of our sponsors, so of course we're going to tout them. But we're telling you the truth. I mean, we use this stuff on a daily basis, every single day when we're out fishing.
A couple of
Yeah, and I usually catch 1 or 2 steelhead a year on it. So
I love that. Yeah, last year I hooked one.
What?
We're gonna be talking like that in 15 years if we don't get our crap together.
Yeah.
That's for
No,
sure.
that's just because you'll be throwing a spay rod. Yeah.
I can pretty much guarantee you that ain't happening.
All right, I think we need to give away this X rod.
Yeah, we need to pick a winner.
I think I know how we want to pick the winner because it's only fitting that Owin's on the show tonight, and we still have a contest because for all you guys that are tuning in, I know the very large, vast majority of you guys know who this guy is, Mr. Owin Hayes himself. But we've got a contest going for the Napa, and we want to ask you guys if you guys have entered this, just say yes or no, and that's going to enter you guys to win the X rod. And if you haven't entered and you said no, that's fine. But Clint's gonna pin that.
Yeah, we're gonna put the link up so you guys can go enter. And just in case you guys don't know who Owin is, he has a show out here in the Northwest. It's called Outdoor GPS. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out on their website. I think you can watch a lot of the clips on there. And if you can't, then how else can they tune in? Can't they get it from some of the streaming services?
Facebook.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Facebook, YouTube, NBC Sports Northwest, of course. Then our website, NBCSportsNorthwest.com. And PlayStation View, some of the other one, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Some of the other
Be honest
streaming
with you.
stuff. There we go.
Basically, if you go search Outdoor GPS, you'll find it.
You'll find it.
Clint's
You'll
pulling
find
the-
it. But we're, and I love to say it, the only, and this pisses people off, man. I love this. The only live interactive fishing and hunting television show. I have to make sure I say television show loudly ever, and you can find us pretty easily. But we're on 4 days a week live, Thursday and Friday nights, Saturday and Sunday mornings. And so you can't miss out on a lot of what's going on around here.
Absolutely. And guys, tune into the show for sure because, there's been a lot of shows in the Northwest, I think, that have come and gone. And I know Owin, I'll have him tell how many years he's been doing it, but he's been doing it a long time. And I get mad that I don't have Comcast a lot of the times because I can't watch it. So recently we got some of the streaming services so I could start recording them and watching the shows because I really, truly, Owin, I enjoy it. I enjoy watching the show. I try to tune in when it's on Facebook, and it's just it's a great show. So if you don't watch it, tune in, especially if you're out here in the Northwest because you're getting a lot of current good info.
Dude,
I appreciate that.
And they're broken.
I appreciate that, Marlon, no question. But it's one of those things where it's a lot of fun to do, and as you guys know, to bring information for fishing and hunting. And my greatest passion has been duck hunting for a very long time, and that's what I'm in the middle of right now. I'm getting bombed by my daughter. Hi, Luana. Say hi to
there she
everyone.
is.
Oh, what's up?
Hi.
No, so it's a lot of fun, and being able to help support the region is what we all enjoy doing because obviously our region needs as much help as possible. But Cameron, yeah, this contest is going on. So right now, from what I understand, we're pushing 3,000 entries, okay, that are confirmed because they have to dump a whole bunch of ones that redo it each week. They're only allowed to enter in once a week. So we got 3,000 that are confirmed and in the system. Every single one of them has the same question. Where are we going and when are we going?
Whatever they want to do. I thought
Perfect
that was
answer,
kind of because,
everybody. There we go. Drop the mic. We're not fishing. It's over.
well, I thought because let's be honest. This year's definitely put a couple different circumstances into the mix on, when we can fish and how we can fish and depending on the winter. So I think we were going to kind of leave it up to dealer's choice. I'm really hoping, because we got Mr. Anti-Buoy 10 here. I'm really hoping we want to go to Buoy 10.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on.
No. I'm really.
But yeah, it's up to the discretion of you guys and to figure it out. But we'll do it.
Hey, I want to say to everyone that's commenting right now, make sure you only comment one time. I'm seeing lots of you guys comment multiple times.
You're out.
One time, please, just one comment.
Yeah, I think that's been That's been the biggest question, Cam, is, are we going to be able to fish in 2021? And all my answers have been the same. We should be.
I mean, and like, right. I
We
mean, with the
might be
restrictions,
able to.
because we had the date set when we were going to launch it, and then they had to pull it back. I mean, there was closures happening, and we're just kind of doing this the way we have to go do it. So,
Yeah. Hey, Marlon, are you going to come along on the trip?
I'll come. Let's go. I'm down.
Please.
That'd be fun.
make him fish.
Yeah.
You go.
I'm in. Let's do it. Tell me the date.
Yes.
I'll join. That'll be fun.
Hey, Cameron's got a big boat, man. You can fit, I promise.
That's true.
We'll make it happen.
That is
It'll be
true.
fun.
That is true.
Yeah, because
All
I don't
right,
think
Clint.
that I've had.
Let's pick a winner.
Winner for the X-Rod.
Here we go. Someone's
Come on.
about to win a 992M. We've been trying to give this thing away for weeks. So I hope a lot of you guys are tuning in. We've kept a lot of viewers. We've had basically over almost 1,100 viewers the whole show, Owen, since you jumped on. So we appreciate everyone tuning in.
Awesome.
Is that good?
Okay.
Randomizer ready.
So, everything's
Just pick a winner.
Just run it up.
Let's go, Clint. Who's it going to be? There it is. Brendan Dreisbach. Is that how you pronounce it?
Nice.
There you go.
Dreisbach.
Brendan, you
Good
won
job,
yourself
Brendan.
an Okuma X-Rod. Just shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address, and then let us know that you won the X-Rod. Congrats. And to everyone who comes in and tunes in every week to our shows, we appreciate it. That's why we always try to do little giveaways for all you guys, and we're going to continue to do them. So make sure you join us, because I'm sure this ain't going to be the last rod we give away.
No. Congratulations.
It ain't easy giving those. It ain't easy giving those rods away, is it?
No.
Cam already tried to
I'm just
steal
like,
this one a couple
I'm
times.
like, no one's gonna get it. I'm just gonna bail, and this is gonna disappear. We'll all forget. But none of our viewers are gonna let us forget that. So, but we'll have to do
No, that's
another
one-
one very, very soon.
Lots of fun being able to help others out, giving them something cool. There's no question.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Okay, well, should we let Owen get back to his drinking and have a good night?
Hey, I like Coke Zero.
Yeah, Coke Zero, exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
I just like to thin it out. That's all. Thick for me. I like to thin it out. Hey.
All right,
Oh,
Owen.
thank
well,
you so much for coming on. Hey, I sent you a text from my
You bet.
little charades this morning. You have to check out that
Excuse me?
picture.
Listen, dude. If it's anything to do with, oh my God. Listen.
It was good.
Okay, listen. Everyone, I don't know if you can see that, but those are ducks, okay? That's all I'm chasing right now. And in the last 5 days, I don't know how many you've got there. Well, you got some pretty ugly ducks there, so I'm not going to give it all to
It's
you
a mixed
because they're
bag.
not
We'll call it
mallards.
that.
It's a
Okay,
mixed
but
bag.
mixed bag.
But I haven't even scratched the surface of this in the last 7 days. Yesterday, I killed 3, and I felt like a hero. They were all mallards, but I felt like a hero. So, first off, man, congratulations. Where are you hunting, man? Where are you hunting?
Did you ever go where I told you to go?
That way.
Did you ever go where I told you to go?
No.
That way.
no.
Towards the coast.
Just tell them private. That's all.
Oh, hey, you know where we're hunting? Washington.
Was it private? Hey, was it private land?
No.
Was it private?
No.
No.
Well, then I could be there tomorrow. Give me some GPS coordinates. Let's make it happen.
Gotta
Hey,
find my
listen,
log.
All right, Owen. Well,
Thanks-
we appreciate it,
thanks for
man. I
letting me
hope you
hang
can
out.
come back and do some more of these shows with
Yeah,
us.
man.
Thanks again. And make sure you
Anytime.
guys out there watching, check out Outdoor GPS on NBC Sports. And
Right.
yeah, thanks again, Owen.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for having me on. I really do appreciate it. You guys rock. And thanks for all the guys in the background. Clint, love you, baby. Bye.
Bye. All right. Owen Hayes, everybody. The man, the myth, the legend.
No, he doesn't get the term
I was
low
gonna say,
legend.
you gotta
You
cut the
can't.
end off there, bud.
That doesn't.
That was a legendary speech, and you know what? I
No.
mean, absolutely killed it. So, much thanks to Owen. Super appreciate
That guy's right. We are supposed to sign that rod. We said that we were going to.
How are we gonna sign the rod?
Freaking silver Sharpie.
I don't know.
It'll
do
come
that.
off, but I can fix that.
Oh, that's right. We still got this to give away, huh?
I'm just.
Oh, we lost 100 people instantly. Oh, we had some
Oh.
super chats we missed. Clint, who's the
Oh, yeah,
1999
we
one?
have a lot.
We
Super
have so
chats.
many super.
Well, just go to the 2 that are pinned up there. If you guys gave us a super chat tonight, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a lot that you guys give us those super chats every single week. So if we missed it, we're sorry. But Owen was on a good little speech, so we didn't want to interrupt it. We were trying to pin the super chats like as they were coming in, but we did have a couple here. We have one from Heritage 4x4, and one from Benny. He says Steelhead care all the way. Absolutely, Benny. You know, one thing that's really important is just when you are catching these steelhead, just take care of them. I've seen a lot of comments and gotten a lot of messages, and we're going to try to do a good job at doing some more education this year on how to handle these wild steelhead, and also talk a little bit about our nets that we make. So be on the lookout for that for sure. And then Heritage 4x4 says, invite Fishing Game onto your show. Cameron, can we invite Fishing Game?
You know what?
On?
I think at this point in time, I would love to hear it. I mean, I worry a little bit about that, but you know, I mean, we have our opinions, and you know, they might educate us, and I would like to do that. So I'm going to reach out in the next couple days, and we'll see what we can do.
Cool. That's good, Clint. Go to the new comments. There you go. Alrighty. Boxing match.
No, not that comment, please.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you guys want us to keep bringing in guests? I know these live feeds they've been a little bit derailed these last 2 weeks. We had some subjects planned, but we really felt it was necessary to take time and talk about these issues that are happening in our state. And we hope you guys understand that, and we hope you guys can get on board with it. And I wanted to say one more thing really quickly. I've been seeing a lot of jabbering and Cam's going to get mad at me that I'm even acknowledging these assholes out here, but I've been seeing a lot of jabbering from some of our haters out there that think, I don't know what they think. They're really, really annoying, and I'm seeing a lot of things popping up on the internet. A lot of things are false, a lot of things that are lies, a lot of things that aren't necessarily true about Addicted. So make sure if you see any of that, if you guys could do me a favor, and when you see people out there talking about us, please just get on there and hammer them. Just cancel them. Call every one of your Addicted buddies, call everyone you know to get on there and tell that guy why he's wrong. Because again, Cam's gonna get mad at me. He tells me not to acknowledge these guys, and normally I don't care either.
Like 10 of them. Who cares?
But I've seen a lot of it out there, and honestly, I know a couple of you are watching right now. So let me just wave at you really quick because you tune into our live feeds every single week.
They do.
How's it going?
They do.
We appreciate the support.
I think they knew the boxes were in Costco before we did.
Yeah, they did. And that's what I'm referring to. I saw some stuff posted about the Costco kids, but I also wanted to call these guys out because while they're spending time on the internet worrying about us every single day and what we're doing this kind of stuff. We are trying to help anglers.
The guys we care about.
We're trying to help these fisheries. And so no matter what these guys say, I wish I had a blur emoji so I could flip every single one of them off and tell them, guess what, bud? We ain't going anywhere and nothing's going to happen. We're going to keep getting bigger. So keep enjoying our content and tuning in.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All 12 of you?
Oh, exactly.
I'll say, whatever.
But I wanted to just rally you guys because I know you guys could help us with that stuff. And just
it's a pretty hot night tonight.
When these people are jabbering online and they're jabbering, I could use some help from you guys to get these guys to shut up. So,
well, you know what?
Let's give away another one of these.
I think we should do that.
I think we're going to give away another one of these kits, and then we're going to end it for the night. We are going to end it. Unless you guys want us to stay. They're going to say yeah.
Nah.
Cam's like, can I just go to bed, please?
I haven't got nothing to do. I ain't waking up early tomorrow. Let's go. Let's make this the midnight marathon.
Hey, I think we're going to throw these in there.
Oh, my God. That's like the...
Dude,
you've literally given away, hold on, 60, 520, let's just say $540 in gear tonight with those two packages.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah. $540 in gear tonight.
We appreciate it.
Feeling
again,
generous?
I am.
It's Christmas.
I'm feeling it's the holiday season.
Right.
I'm going to try to.
Here we go.
From now until Christmas, we're going to be giving away a lot of stuff.
Everyone they broke the comments again.
Pick me. Okay, we got to get a question though. Everyone right now, quickly just stop commenting for 1 second so we can get the question in.
Right. Oh God. Good stuff.
The next comment, every comment from this point forward is disqualified.
Here, I want to show people how, because they give me a hard time. Let's just show them how fast these are coming in. We don't even have a contest going right now. Let's see if this will work.
People are already going, oh my gosh, Owin was awesome. Owen was awesome.
They're not even coming in that
No,
fast because I
no.
told them.
Oh yeah, sure, Clint. Sure. Oh yeah, they're just flying in. Yeah, but oh, he's got such a tough job, everybody.
It's because literally, Clint, right as you done that, I had told people they're gonna get
Yeah,
disqualified.
it slowed it down to like 10% of what it was doing.
All right, so
All right.
here's gonna be.
Give it away.
What's the question? We need something good.
I had the good one, kind of, even though it's Clint's idea. I got to give him credit for that.
What are you doing?
that was
Playing with my towel, dude?
Just there's something here. Idle hands. What's the question, boys? What's the question? Are you gonna be nice to your fellow anglers this year when they all have to show up and fish your rivers because they can't fish this?
No, that's such a long-winded, dumb question.
No!
Hey, here we go.
Okay.
Would you prefer fishing from a boat or fishing from the bank?
God.
What would you prefer? Would you rather fish out of a drift boat, fish out of a raft, or would you rather fish from the bank? What is your preference? Go.
Accidents happen, and like heaven freaking help you.
One answer.
Oh my God.
One answer. Only one comment. Only one comment, please, for your answer. No multiple comments. If we see multiple,
You're gonna be bummed.
it's not gonna work.
The randomizer kicks you right out. Heaven help. It's almost kind of like as the state does these kind of things, like you're going to see these guys trying to be a little more adventurous on the bank and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'm telling you guys, be safe. It's a steelhead. We all love him. It ain't worth dying for. So keep that in mind. And
Absolutely.
Lord help us.
I tell you what, there's been more than one occasion where I have crossed the river because I see this hole upriver. I'm like, man, look at that hole upriver. I gotta get there. Dude, I mean, I've done some stupid stuff. So let's just hashtag don't be Marlon.
Closest I came to dying was on the Talkeetna. We're wading that thing.
I've heard that story. That's scary.
Yep. Okay, you know what? That's the other thing. I saw some guys talking about when we let guests on, we gotta let the river name thing go. We gotta put stuff into perspective for people that understand what a good working river is and one that's not.
Dude, look at this OG Pepsi bottle I found
Where'd you find that?
in my attic,
Oh, really?
Oh, whoa.
along with a bunch of dead bodies.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I had all these old jars up there, and Jordan's like, dude, I need jars for eggs. So I hooked him up with all those jars, and in the box was this, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is super old.
What year is that?
I have no idea.
You found some mold.
I mean, it says Pepsi Cola on it. Like they got rid of that a long time ago.
And it's a 16
It says no refill, recyclable bottle.
So it
When
can't be
was
that old.
recycling
Yeah,
cool?
it can't be that old then.
I don't know. They've been recycling for a long time.
It's got a barcode on it, so that tells you that.
I don't know. It looks pretty cool though.
Oh God.
Smash it over here.
It's probably ancient. It probably was right about the time I was born. Yeah.
Okay, Clint, let's pick a winner. Things have winded down here.
Yes.
Who is going to win? We're going to
What a
give
night.
away. Again, do not forget, head to your local Costco. Get on Costco's website. Let's sell these damn Winter Chrome kits out. No.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Get to Costco. Clint, pick a winner. We're also throwing in 1 pack of each of the new colors of worms, which these are available on our website. So if you guys want to get any of the new worms, they're available on the website. Hopefully they didn't sell out. Mike texted me and said that the orders were freaking flying in like crazy.
Oh, great.
Who do we got?
Sorry, hang on. It's not easy to do.
Nope. It's not easy to do. Remember the last hard part of his job?
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
There we go. Cardin.
Hey, this is for...
Cardin says bank. Cardin is the username on YouTube.
And he's the only guy who said bank. No, I'm just kidding.
So, man, you won yourself a Costco Winter Chrome kit, couple packs of our
Dude.
new colors of Steelhead
Looking
worms.
it up.
There's the email right there in the bottom. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your shipping address. Let us know exactly what you want, and we'll get this stuff out to you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Man, and with that, you guys, stay tuned. Stay informed. We're going to start bringing these guys in every week. We cannot let this go. They are anticipating all of us to just start fishing next week and just be like, well, this is the way it is, and to walk away from this and just be mad. We're not gonna let that happen. So we'll keep talking about it, and we'll figure out what we need to do as collectively as anglers.
And Michael Coleman, I'll answer. Well, I saw a couple more questions before we get out of here. Those kits will not be restocked once they are sold out at Costco. Once they're gone, they are gone. We may bring back another variation of it in 2021, like next winter. But as of this year, that's the only kits that are going to be available. And I think that's it. I think we're going to call it a night, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, tomorrow on our YouTube channel, what do you got?
Just that BJ comment, and it's probably a good time to say that. To be up, right there, down, right there. Yep, just might throw that out there real fast.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. There's someone who created a Facebook page. They called it Addicted Dash Fishing. Yeah. They're off like friending people and pretending to be us.
It's foreign spammers situation. So just watch it, guys.
Yeah, if you see,
every company,
if you see a Facebook page friend requesting you and it's Addicted Fishing, it's not us, because we have a page that's like a page that you can't have friends on. Yeah. So if you see that, just try to report the page for us. I think the more people that report it, Facebook will take it down. Thank you for mentioning that, man. We appreciate it. And then we got another super chat from Badger Flat Farm. My 1-year-old, 7-month daughter is watching you guys with me. She loves the show. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for passing on fishing to future generations. Hopefully she'll be a fish killer someday.
That's right.
And I think that's gonna be it.
Think so. Till next week, boys and girls.